Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Fine. Today is 24th of February 2023 and the day is Friday, and you all know that today is the sports day of junior section and we have to take lessons. So it's a maths lesson and I am going to revise some basic concepts. The first concept is operations on complex numbers. Operations on complex numbers. What are complex numbers? Do you know? Yes, the numbers which can be written in the form of a plus b iota, they are called complex numbers, and where iota is an imaginary number. See this, let's. Yes, there are some numbers, for example, whose square root does not exist. For example, the square root of negative numbers. So the square root of negative numbers does not exist. For example, if we have minus 36, its square root does not exist. But we can write it in the form of square root minus 1 and square root of 36. Now, this is a negative number whose square root does not exist, but the square root of 36 is 6. So, when we have this problem like square root of negative numbers arise, so we will write an imaginary number iota, imaginary number iota, and its value is square root of minus 1. Now we can say that the square root of minus 36 is 6 iota, where iota is any imaginary number. Clear? And the value of iota is square root of minus 1. Is that clear? Yes. So, when the imaginary numbers come, we have a special type of number which are called complex numbers. So these are called complex numbers. So, for example, I am writing some numbers: 2 plus 3 iota, 4, 6 plus 7 iota. In this now, this is a complex number having imaginary part 3 and real part 2. 2 is the real part. This is the complex number, and the complex numbers are denoted by which alphabet? Umair will tell me. Complex numbers are denoted by Z, small z, and in complex number 2 is the real part, 3 is the imaginary part. 3 is the imaginary part. Okay? कैसे पता चला हमें कि 3 is the imaginary part? This iota shows that this is imaginary. Is it clear? Next is 4. Is it a complex number? No. This is not a complex number. This is simple real number. But we can write it in the form of complex number plus 0 iota. Its imaginary part is 0. All real numbers are complex numbers, but their imaginary part is 0. Okay? We can write it in the form of 4 plus 0 iota. But this says real number, and keep it in your mind that all real numbers are complex numbers. All real numbers are also complex numbers. Clear? Next, the set of complex numbers is denoted by Abdurrahman C, capital C. Good. G boys. So this was the recap of the lesson, and now we will discuss how to add, how to apply operations on complex numbers. We will revise the concept of addition first. Do you know how to add 2 plus 3? Simple. It's very simple. 2 plus 3 is 5. So if we have simple complex numbers, for example, 2 plus 3 iota, and this is a complex number, and we have to add with 7 minus 5 iota. What will we do? Can we add them? Yes, we can add, but how? The process is to add the given complex numbers. What will we do? We will add the real part with real part and imaginary part with imaginary part. So 2 is the real part in this pair and 7 is the real part. 2 plus 7 plus 3 iota is the imaginary part of first number, and minus 5 iota is the imaginary part of second number. Boys and girls, do not ignore this negative sign. Okay? So, now we can easily add 2 plus 7 is 9 plus 3 minus 5 iota is minus 2 iota. Very good. Now again we have two different opposite signs. So what will we do? We'll simply multiply these two signs. Plus minus is minus 9 minus 2 iota. After addition we will get 9 minus 2 iota. Clear? See another example. If we have two different complex numbers, we can easily add by adding their real part with real and imaginary part with imaginary part. See another example. We have a number 4 minus 5 iota plus minus 7 iota. What is the real part of first pair? 4. And the real part of second pair? Is there any real number in this? Is minus 7 is real number? No. Minus 7 is imaginary. Real number is missing, so we will write 0. Now 0 is the real part of the second complex number. This is whole a complex number. This is another complex number. So when we want to add these two complex numbers, we will add their real parts 4 and 0 plus their imaginary parts minus 5 iota and minus 7 iota. Simply add them, perform operations. 4 plus 0 is 4 plus minus 5 and minus 7 is minus 12 iota. Plus minus is minus, so 4 minus 12 iota is the answer of this question. Clear? On the same lines, we can subtract same as it just perform the subtraction. For example, if we have these two numbers 4 minus 5 iota and 0 minus 7 iota, and we have to add these numbers. Boys, think about it and tell me what will we do? Now we are performing subtraction. What will we do? We will simply subtract imaginary number with imaginary number and real number with real number. 4 minus 0 minus 5 iota minus 7 iota. Clear? We will subtract real number with real number and imaginary number with imaginary number. 4 minus 0 is 4 minus 7 and minus 5 is minus 12 iota. And this minus will become plus. So we have 4 plus 12 iota. This is the subtraction of 4 minus minus 5 iota and 0 minus 7 iota. Clear? Now we will see how to multiply two numbers. In addition and subtraction, we perform operation addition with addition and subtraction with subtraction now. But in multiplication, the method is little bit different. Multiplication. In multiplication, we have two numbers 4 plus 3 iota and 2 plus 3 iota, for example, G. And we want to multiply them. So for their multiplication, 4 we will write them 4 plus 3 iota and 2 plus 3 iota. When there is no sign between any two brackets, it means they are multiplying with each other. G. Give me any idea, what will we do? Okay, first of all tell me, if we have 2 plus 3x and the next bracket is x minus y. This is an algebraic expression and you already read about them. So how to multiply these two expressions? First of all, we take the first number of first bracket and multiply the next whole bracket. Then take the second number of the first bracket and multiply with whole bracket, whole second bracket. On the same pattern, we will multiply the complex numbers. First of all, we will take first number and multiply it with whole bracket, 2 plus 3 iota. Then we have the second number, which is plus 3 iota, and we will multiply with this plus 3 iota with the whole bracket, 2 plus 3 iota. Now multiply them. 4 2 times 8. 4 plus 3, 4 multiplied 3 is 12 iota. Plus 3 2 times 6 iota as it is. And 3 3 times 9. Iota times iota square. Do you remember what is the value of iota square? Iota square is equal to, good. Vanya is saying iota square is equal to minus 1. Good. The value of iota square is minus 1 and the value of iota is square root of minus 1. After taking square on both sides, we will get the value of iota square, which is equal to minus 1. So in multiplication, we will simplify. This is 8. Imaginary number can be added with the imaginary number. So 12 plus 16, 6, both are imaginary numbers. So we can add to 12 plus 6 is 18 iota. This is iota square. What will we do? We will put the value of iota square, which is minus 1. Okay? This is minus 1. But keep it in your mind that we are not subtracting the 9. This is not 9 minus 1. This is not like this. This is 9 is multiplying with minus 1. So we have 8 plus 18 iota and 9 1 times 9 plus minus is minus 8 minus 9. Now we have two real numbers and one imaginary number, so we will solve them. 8 minus 9 is minus 1 plus 18 iota. This is the answer of 4 plus 3 iota and 2 plus 3 iota. In the multiplication, what will we do? We will simply take the first number of first bracket and multiply it with the whole second bracket. Second number, bracket, anything. Then take the second number. In multiplication, there is always a number which of the form iota square. So put the value of iota square, then it will become again a real number. Then multiply, add, subtract, perform operation, then you will get your answer. See another example. We have a complex number 6 minus 3 iota, and the other number is 2 minus 4 iota. Now help me to solve this question. First of all, what will we do? Will we multiply real with real number and imaginary with imaginary number? Is it possible? No. This rule is for addition and subtraction. Perform real operation with real. Perform operation of addition and subtraction, real with real and imaginary with imaginary. But in multiplication, there is a rule. Take the first number 6 and multiply it with the whole bracket 2 minus 4 iota. Similarly, take the second number minus 3 iota and multiply it with the second whole bracket. What will be the next step? Who will try to solve this next step? Okay, solve it in your copies and then you can check your solution from this. Okay? First of all, you have to add this, multiply this in your copies without watching the videos. Pause the video and solve this question in your copies. And after solution, check your solution with this. 6 2 times 12 minus 6 4 times 24 iota minus 3 2 times 6 iota minus plus 3 4 times 12 and iota times 12 iota square. Is there any problem in this step? Another important thing is signs. Do not ignore the signs. Plus is plus minus is minus plus is minus is plus. When we have same signs, minus or plus, we will plus, and when we have opposite signs, we will subtract. Now, this is 12. These are two real numbers, imaginary numbers which can be easily solved. Minus 24 and minus 6. Minus plus 24 and 6 is 30. And the greater number is having negative sign, so we will put negative iota. Plus, what will we do with this 12 iota square? Is it an imaginary number? Yes, this is an imaginary number, but we can make it real by putting the value of iota square. So, what is the value of iota square? Minus 1. And again, this is not 12 minus 1. This is 12 into minus 1. So, 12 minus 30 iota minus 12. 12 1 times 12 and plus minus is minus. Now we have two real numbers 12 and 12. 12 minus 12 is 0 minus 30 iota. Clear? So this is the solution of the complex number 6 minus 3 iota and 2 minus 4 iota. Clear? Let's wrap up the lesson. First of all, we read about addition of two complex numbers. In addition, what we have read, we learnt that if we have two numbers, 2 minus 6 iota and 7 minus 3 iota, so what is the rule of addition? A rule of addition of complex number is add real number with real number and imaginary with imaginary. Same is the case with negative number, with subtraction of numbers, subtract real number with real number and imaginary with imaginary. But in multiplication of two complex numbers, we have to follow the different rule. Take out the first number and multiply it with the whole second number. Then again take the second number of the first number and multiply it with the second number. And then after multiplication, solve, collect like terms, solve them, and you find in the end you will get your answer. Clear? So boys and girls, your diary is to do exercise 2.6, question number 2, 3 and 4. This is your diary. I'll check your homework on Monday. Thank you students. Allah Hafiz. Take care.